Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Despite his successful career as an actor, Danny Bonaduce surprisingly vanished from the media. Some say it's because he had to battle an illness. Let's take a look at everything you need to know about Danny Bonaduce and his mystery illness. Number 5. Who is Danny Bonaduce? Before we get into the details about Danny Bonaduce's mystery illness, first let's take a look at who Danny Bonaduce is. If you're someone who's still in their early 20s, there's a high chance that you may not have heard about Danny Bonaduce. So before we get into the details about why he suddenly vanished from the media, it's better if we give you a slight sneak peek into his career and his journey towards his claim to fame. Danny Bonaduce is an American actor, comedian, wrestler, and TV and radio personality. Coming from a family of talented parents, Bonaduce had been involved with the media since childhood. His claim to fame came from the time he starred as a child actor in a sitcom, The Partridge Family. It was after this role that Bonaduce started appearing in several other shows, and started making his way to the top of the ladder. He even became the host for a radio show, and also made appearances on several radio shows, leaving his mark in the world of radio as well. Bonaduce has also been a part of the music industry, and even left his mark in wrestling. He boxed in several charity events, and usually ended up as the winner. In addition to being an actor, musician, boxer, and radio personality, Bonaduce is also a writer, and published his autobiography back in 2002. Number 4. Danny Bonaduce's Disappearance. While Danny Bonaduce was still hosting the Seattle radio show, in early May 2022, he announced that he would be taking a break from the show. This obviously came as a shock to fans who were used to hearing Danny Bonaduce host the show and make it more engaging by adding his own element to it. While at the time, Danny did not reveal the full reason behind why he would be taking a break, he did mention something about an illness. But what was this mystery illness that caused Danny Bonaduce to leave the show that he had hosted for several years? Fans were obviously concerned to see the former child star of The Partridge Family being cornered by an illness, and were looking for answers. While some fans thought Bonaduce was being discreet about his illness, the truth of the situation is that Danny himself was not completely aware of his condition and did not fully understand what was going on with him. Number 3. Danny Bonaduce's announcement. Danny Bonaduce made a name for himself through his Seattle radio show, and leaving that means that there must be a big reason behind this decision. Danny Bonaduce took to his Twitter account to announce to fans that he would no longer host the Seattle radio show, and was taking a break from it for a while. Furthermore, he also announced that he would be stepping back from all his work-related activities, and not just the radio show. Danny further added that he was taking this step in order to focus on his health. Danny also said that even though he had not yet received his diagnosis, he was still taking a medical leave. In order to cater to the sentiments of the heartbroken fans, Danny ended his tweet by talking about how he loved talking to his audience, and will definitely be back on air as soon as he can. Well, we're sure that this wasn't an easy tweet for Danny to make, and we hope he recovers from whatever it is that he's going through. Number 2. How did people respond to Danny Bonaduce's announcement? While there was definitely a hint of sadness in the air about Danny Bonaduce leaving the show, fans and other audiences chose to support Danny during his tough time. In his tweet, Danny did mention that he would share more information about his illness with his fans once he receives it. With Danny trying his best to keep his fans in the loop of whatever's going on with him, it's amazing to see him receiving a ton of support in return. One of the first people who responded to this tweet was Maureen McCormick, who replied by telling Danny that she was sending him lots of love. Several other people also responded to Danny's tweet, giving him the love and support he needs in these tough times. Danny is also constantly trying to lift the tension from the situation, and even made a humorous tweet about how he had joined the club of cool guys with canes, and went on to give the examples of Willy Wonka and Charlie Chaplin. Number 1. Updates on Danny's condition. While medical professionals are still unable to fully diagnose Danny Bonaduce's illness, the former child star and radio host is trying to be as open about it as he can. It was his wife who first noticed that Danny was going through something that was hindering his capability of walking or talking. Danny stayed in the hospital for 5 days after his wife's observation and underwent a series of tests. However, even though Danny did not receive a conclusive diagnosis, it seems like he's getting better. Danny recently announced that he would be returning to the show, and even posted a picture on Monday of himself on the radio. Danny captioned the picture by saying that even though his brain is still a little fuzzy, he loves his job and the people he works for, and therefore he has returned. Well, here's everything you need to know about Danny Bonaduce and his mystery illness. Were you aware of the full reason why Danny vanished from the screen? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel.